Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing the small Diremaw spawn in the Gnome Deep Hub. This spawn is located in the northern part of the Gnome Deep Hub by the NPC Lardok Bashmite. To get to the spawn, I'll be starting an Edron depot using the Gnomish Crystal teleport system. You require a teleport crystal to use these teleporters. Once you get to Khazard-dûn, you will go to the south to reach the Gnome Deep Hub. Head to the northeast by Warzone 6 and you will find this spawn. This spawn is smaller and easier than Warzone 6, so it can be a good spawn to try out to get used to killing the Diremaws and Deepworms. Once you make your way into the spawn, you can follow my route that loops around quite well. The poles in this area typically aren't that big, so you want to make sure you keep pulling the creatures forward as much as possible. You could start hunting here as early as level 250, but you may have to make slightly smaller pulls, kite the creatures a bit more before you start the box, and use a prismatic ring. When hunting here, I used 1 powerful crit, 2 powerful life leech, 2 powerful mana leech, and an intricate magic level imbue, which I always have on my coif. Also, I had powerful snake skin, which is the earth protection imbue on my armor. This is not necessary, but will definitely make your life easier, as I was consistently taking over 40% of my damage from earth. Deepworms will take more damage from fire, but you're better off using avalanche, as they'll be more effective against Diremaws, which you'll be killing plenty more of. While hunting here, I was able to make around 2.8 million experience per hour on 150% and between 400k and 600k per hour profit, not counting the cost of imbues. The one hunt pictured with a higher experience rate was on 225% experience for part of the hunt. Your profit can also fluctuate quite a bit depending on how lucky you are with suspicious devices and the cost of them on your server. I would usually loot around 6 to 10 suspicious devices per hour, and they are worth 17k at the time of recording on my server. Based on the input analyzer, the max DPS I received was 1815. If you are a lower level at this spawn, some tips to be safer are to start with smaller pulls when possible to get used to the spawn. You can use some of the narrow pathways to funnel the creatures together. You may want to kite the creatures for a bit longer before you begin your box, as well as box against the wall to limit the creatures attacking you. Using a prismatic ring and great spirit potions will lower the chance of dying. When hunting here, you'll take around 75% damage from Diremaws and 25% from the Deepworms. Typically, I was receiving about 55% to 60% physical damage, and the remaining 40% to 45% was earth damage. As I mentioned, powerful snake skin is not required, but will be a lot better, especially at lower levels. I would also highly recommend wearing a sleep shawl at all times, as this is the perfect spawn for it. Other than that, you can also benefit from the earth protection on Living Vine Bow and Lion Spanging Helm if you have them. This is a great spawn for some fast hunting task completions. I was able to kill over 500 Diremaws per hour. Typically, the Deepworm kills will be around half the amount of Diremaw kills you get. This will make Deepworms slower to complete a hunting task on, but they will still go fairly quickly. These will each give 50 charm points for unlocking them in the bestiary for 100 charm points total. Based on my rates, you'll be able to complete Diremaws in just under 5 hours and Deepworms between 9 to 10 hours. If you have any questions, or if you try the spawn out for yourself, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, as it will help me out. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.